Alright, so this is a quick video on how to create a new account on noteflight for Year 7 music students. So when you go to the noteflight website, you'll come to a page that looks like this, and we're going to sign up for free. And what you now need to do is just put your email address in. So this is my school email address at education.nsw.gov. So this is my det.nsw.edu.au. It's my thing. You need to click this one here that says I'm not a robot, and it may ask you to do something there, and then you go sign me up. Right, so it looks like I've already got an account in that one there. So let me just quickly try another one. Alright, so it says here that I need to check my email again. So it's very easy. You're going to put your school email address in there, and you're going to open up your school email address and get the link that's in there. Okay, so you can see when you open it up into your mail, it's got here your sign-in email address, and you just need to activate your account. So you just click on that, and it will send you back then to the noteflight website, and then you can start to create usernames and things like that. So my username, I'm just going to put my first letter, well actually I put my first letter and last name, and I'm going to create a password. Use the same one that you would normally use for your school login there, just so that you don't forget. And then you can just fill it down here. I'm a student. I'm going to write and arrange music. What's my primary instrument? You guys can write like piano in there or keyboard. Right, so there you go, piano. I'm a beginner composer, and I'm a beginner performer. That's going to be most of you guys. And then we just get started. Alright, so here we are in here. So you've got some menu items up the top here, and then we've got here, we can see that we have no scores in here yet. No one shared any music, and we don't have any favorites. So we're going to create a new piece of music just to have a go. So we press new score. We're just going to start from the blank score sheet and click OK. And this is what we'll end up with here. So it's pretty simple. You've got a drop down menu here on the left hand side, right? And then when you click on one of these, it will actually kind of add it to your menu bar and toolbar up the top here. So let's say, for example, I click on, let's say sound, and I click it. You can see that it's just appeared up here so that I can now edit it. Now if you want to get rid of that menu, you just click there. So there's a couple of different ways you can enter notes. You can click in here, and you can see as I move it up and down, it gives me the note head. So I can simply click in place like that, and then move along to the next one. The other thing I can do is go to the actual keyboard on the computer, and if I want the note, say B, I can type the letter B on my keyboard. And there's another way you can do it. You can pull up the keyboard like this, and you can simply click in the notes on the keyboard like that from down the bottom there. Then if you want to be able to kind of play something, you can click on your first note and you can hit play. And you might not be able to hear it there, but you can actually hear your music played through for you. One of the other ways that you can change what it sounds like is, say I've got this note here and I want to move it up 2 steps. I can simply go to the arrow key on my keyboard and press up, up, and that's now moved it up. And if I use the right arrow, it selects the next note. All right, we can then come up here into this, let's say this one here, which is a quarter note or a crotchet, and I want to make an 8th note in there. I can simply select on the 8th note, and then it gives me a rest there. So I can then click on the rest, and I can add in my new note like that. Okay, you can make them shorter, longer. You can title your work. So this is going to be our test score, and you are the composer. So make sure you put your name in there. All right, I'd like you to put your class over here. So I'm in 7 music Puce. All right, and in the subtitle there, I'd just like you to put the year, just in case we get mixed up with other years that are coming after you. So that's all my stuff done there. Now this one down here is bass clef. We're not going to be doing much in bass clef, so if you can just start having a go there. Now once you start, if I just kind of randomly, you can see that it keeps adding more music after. If you do make a mistake, there is an undo button. You can either do the Control Z, or there should be an undo function here. If we go into edit, see the undo function, so get rid of my menu, I can then undo, and it gives you the key that you need to use for your computer. So because I'm on an Apple, I use that little curly sign and Z, or if you're on a PC computer like you guys are, you can use Control and Z, and that's undo. So you can see there it's undoing the last thing that I added, and I can undo all those kinds of things there. Okay. If you want to add some more instruments, you can click on instrument. I can add an instrument, and I can pick out of any of these. So for example, if I want to add a flute, I go to woodwind, and I can add a flute there, and I just go OK, and you can see it's added a flute part there for me. Now if I want to put the flute part so it sits above, I can click, and I can just swap them over like that, and it instantly swaps. Here's another cool thing for you. If I select all the music in this bar simply by clicking in it, and I can copy. So it's very easy. I can go Control C for copy, and then I click into this empty bar here, and I can paste it. So there's a cut, there's a copy, and there's a paste, and you can see that the music's appeared into there. So I don't have to write the music twice. I can paste that as many times as I need to in whatever part. I can even paste it here into the bass clef, and it writes it up, actual notes in bass clef. Or I can simply undo that. I don't want that. Now, before you leave any of your work, you have to hit save like that, and that saves that version of your work. If you wanted to share it, you can simply connect and you can share it. Okay, we can select a genre, we can say whether it's hard. It's currently not shared, but we could certainly share it. Down here we can add comments, all right, and those kinds of things. You can like it, you can let other people have a look at it and view it. So some really handy kinds of things happening there. All right, so if you're a bit of a keyboard player, or you can open this up on your iPad, and it means then that when you touch the keys on the iPad, it will play in what you've got going up there. So you can actually use your iPad there as a piano, and you can see here that this is the treble clef area, and this down here is the bass clef area. All right, have some fun with that. Save your first score. Make sure that you use your school email address and your school password in there. So if you do get stuck, there is a user guide. There's also some frequently asked questions in there. Okay, we don't have any groups yet, but I will be getting you to join up a group that you will be able to kind of search for. We can search in there and find some groups, and I'm going to be putting a group up there for us. But you can see there's lots of different groups in there. So there's Year 8 music from some other school in there. You can have a look at some through their stuff if you're interested. But remember, we can always go back here to our home site. Yeah, look, the only other thing that you might look at is this kind of upgrading. I would not recommend upgrading this. I have this copy version here, the yearly score, but I'm a teacher, so you guys get all of this for free, and that's all that we're going to need for this year. All right, I hope that helps you out creating your free noteflight account, and next time we have music in the computer rooms, we'll crack on with a bit more.